He had an amazing stoppage first round. He did hit Samuels quite hard. What did you think of his performance, and are there any worries there?
I didn't actually see it, but I just read it. But it's brilliant. He's actually emulated what I did in my third fight, stopping Paul Samuels in the first round. I did that after a few months of being a professional, so I wouldn't read too much into it. But after when I won my Commonwealth title nearly a year and a half ago, I felt I was ready for the Paul Smith fight, and I asked for the fight and never got it. But since then I've improved very much so, and I feel Paul Smith's going to ask a lot of questions that I need to answer, and I need to make improvements to answer those questions. But it should be a very one-sided fight. Hopefully, the biggest pressure is how can I somehow beat him better than he was annihilated last year. So
You give him quite a bit of respect. So you are, you're not going into this fight lightly. What type of preparation will you put yourself through, and what type of sparring partners will you bring in to try and defeat him?
I always put myself through the same rigorous training schedule. I make sure that my weight's good, that I'm fully fit, and that I'm ready to go. But the stuff that I've been doing, my conditioning coach, it's accumulative. You can't really necessarily train for one fight. You won't feel the benefits for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So I'm getting better. I'm getting fitter. I'm getting stronger. Sparring wise, I've been sparring with Nathan Cleverley last week. Yeah, and sparring him again probably next week or two as well. Chris Eubank Jr. as well, who's very much like his dad, believe it or not. But a very, very strong young fighter who's improving a lot. No doubt through sparring good fighters. I think he's been in the ring regularly. So yeah, no doubt, and there'll be a few others as well. Definitely not taking Paul Smith lightly at all. He's been in with a fair few fighters. He's been a pro a long time now. He's training up in the Gallagher gym, I believe, and they have a good work ethic up there. A lot of their fighters, they train hard. I know that. You don't even need to go down there to understand that. So the will to win's always there because they're pushed on by their stable mates. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
And what about this grudge you've got with De Gea? We've got to mention it now. You've fought him twice. You've beat him twice. What do you have to do to put any doubters at bay? We're still getting, asking for another rematch, a third. What are your thoughts?
Questions that I keep asking. As long as the fans are asking for it, then it will happen. At the moment, they're only asking, and that's only a few of them, because a lot of them are saying, "Don't bother. How many times have you got to beat this fellow?" So as soon as it starts getting demanded, then that fight will happen. But at this moment in time, I genuinely do not need to box James De Gea again. No. I beat him as an amateur, and then he got picked in front of me and went on to win the Olympics. Right, this time round, I beat him, and he's gone on to fight for the European title. So it's nothing to do with people saying, "Are you bothered?" No, I'm not bothered, because it comes full circle. So at some point, I hope he wins. Every time he boxes, my name gets mentioned, and that's quite nice for me. Every time I box, his name gets mentioned, and no doubt he's grinding his teeth, because he knows that in every breath people are going to say, "Oh yeah, you're a good fighter, but you're not as good as George Groves." So I'm sorry to refer to myself in the third person there.
With your promotions, Frank Warren Promotions, you've just signed a 3-year contract as well. How did that come about, and how important was it to you to make sure you signed with Frank?
Sort of been on a roller coaster ride as a professional. I signed with Haymaker, and Haymaker being Adam Booth and David Hay, they are essentially just Haymaker, and I'm still with those guys. I still train with Adam. I still am managed by Adam. I still see David on a regular basis. We train in the same gym. But since being professional, I've boxed on Golden Boy cards, Frank Maloney cards, Matchroom cards, Frank Warren shows, Haymaker shows. So I've been about, and it came a point where it was like, what, probably to improve, you need a bit more stability. You're going to need to sign with someone who's going to have regular TV dates or regular dates just to have you outboxing. And then we had a load of offers come in, and Frank's was the best. So it made the right sense for us. The stuff that I discussed with Adam that we need to do, we need to get done in the next, coming year, 2 year, 3 years, to get to the very top. Frank offered all of that, and we made it clear to Frank what we want, and he agreed, and he's seen no doubt a bit of potential in me since I boxed on his show last time out, and decided that I'm the man for the job.
He has said that he would like to see the rematch with you and De Gale. Now, do you think when you signed for this 3-year deal that you were kind of agreeing to this rematch? I know you're not looking for it now, but do you think it will happen in the future at some point?
It certainly will happen in the future. That's how we intended it. That's why I only beat him by a point. Next time I'm going to beat him up physically. Last time it was only mentally. I didn't even try and hit him hard. So when it comes down to it, when the time is right, I will box and beat James De Gale again. As I say, I want to become a world champion, and not just the fighter who keeps beating James De Gale. When I get to the world title level, I want to be able to beat anyone in the world, not just beat whoever seems the easy target at the time. So that's going to take time. That's going to take preparation. It's going to take the right fights like Paul Smith, where I might be the favourite going in, but he's going to ask questions of me, and I'm going to have to improve certain aspects of my game, and in doing so, if I keep improving little bits here and there, when I do get to the top level, I'll be able to beat anyone. If I keep fighting James De Gale, I'm only going to be good at beating gangly, awkward southpaws. So.
Yeah, but you've seen about your experience as well. You had the opportunity to fight on the undercard for Marquez and Diaz, I believe it was, in Vegas. That must have been amazing.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I still have a deal with Golden Boy. My contract with Frank Warren is worldwide exclusive of the US, so I still have the opportunity to get out there and box on Golden Boy shows, which Frank will probably no doubt welcome open-eyed, because you get great experience out there. You build a following in the US, which is vitally important, especially at my weight class, because there's a lot of good American fighters out there, not just at the top at the moment, but coming through. So no doubt a lot of my big world title fights could be stateside, or if they're over here, they'll be definitely against Americans. So it was brilliant. Vegas, there's no place like it.
The best. It is the best. Well, good luck for your fight November the 5th.
Thank you.
Thank you.